to episode 57.
Holy crap!
57.
I had no idea that many.
Yeah,
Wow.
I looked it up right before we started here.
You know, that's an accomplishment when
Episode
we started
57 of Benchwarmers
Yeah.
Basement Banter.
Wow, make it this far. Sorry, guys, I need a moment to take all that in. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that was a surprise for Woody.
Yeah, man. And when we get to 60, I have to be, we'll have to have Rogers here, make a special,
Yes.
something like that.
As you see, it is just me and Woody.
That's
I think
right.
this is the first time we've done segments where
I
it's
think
just
it is.
been you and me.
Yeah.
But we're doing a whole show. Rogers
Well,
has
that's
his
violating his
kids.
contract because it's that's a very fair pass.
yes.
But I was gonna say it's hockey. Usually, whenever hockey's on, he's like, no,
No,
guys,
yeah,
I'm
that's
out.
the only time he's not allowed on except for this.
Yeah, and we're not talking any hockey, so
No.
but no. Hey, kiddos, family first, buddy. We totally get it. So we'll keep the seat warm for you, big guys.
That's right.
We
We'll be missing your puns.
we'll try to be proud. We
Yes,
will.
yes. But first things first, we are Benchwarmers Basement Banter. I feel like it's been a little bit
BBB
since
for
I've been in
sure,
here.
yeah.
But we are here.
Well, I hope you do a better promotions than we did. We
Yeah,
kinda
you guys
struggled
did
on
all
that.
right. But follow our Facebook page. It's Benchwarmers Basement Banter on Facebook. It's BBB Sports Talk on X and on TikTok. Sorry, no, X is BBB Sports Talk 24. TikTok is BBB Sports Talk. Same thing for Kick and same thing for Twitch. We now have a Twitch. And as you
Twitchy
see,
too, I
we
like
got
that.
this hat sitting right here.
Beautiful
we
merchandise.
we
guys.
hit
Beautiful.
2,000 subscribers. I'm giving that away
Heck yeah.
to a subscriber.
And
That's
more
on
to
YouTube.
come. This
Yes.
is crazy, but as we get more subscribers, the giveaways will also get bigger.
Yes, of course, of
This is
course.
what Rogers needs to be here to do is mind
Yeah.
blown. Love it. So, yeah.
We'll make it work for him. But,
we will. We'll show
but
some
yeah,
love back to you
2,000
guys.
subscribers on YouTube. We do that. I would say we do a giveaway count on TikTok, but we all know we don't know what's happening with that social media
It's
company.
getting turned around.
So we have a lot of followers on there, so we hope it don't lose. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I hope we're back for fantasy football on that one. That's for
yes,
sure.
yeah, we do. We like our fantasy football on TikTok, and it likes us. So
Yeah, that's right. So
but
it'll be back.
without further ado, we had this whole entire idea. This is Wednesday night that we're recording this a little later, which is one of the reasons Roger's not able to be here. But we were just going to talk football and just do the Super Bowl.
We're talking
was
about
our-
Hall of Fame,
our-
Super Bowl.
yeah.
Like had this
We're gonna
plan.
talk NFL
Yeah.
honors, all those awards that get given out there, which that goes along with the Hall of Fame, and then Saturday night.
We need to elaborate here. This is what happens. See this?
Yes.
And then you go like that.
But Saturday night, the
did that, by the way.
NBA came out. He
Oh, no, I
did.
didn't.
NBA came
Yeah.
and turned into Randy Orton and dropped an
love that.
RKO out of nowhere for one of the most wild trades that we have ever seen. Honestly, this is like a top 3 trade that has ever happened in the NBA.
Yeah, especially if it's most
Everybody's
shocking. Like,
everybody's completely surprised, and it was, like I said, RKO out of nowhere. It was out of nowhere. Nobody even knew about it. Now things have came out, even more stuff about it, and it's just wild. But if you didn't know, you were living under a rock.
Yeah.
It is Luka Doncic is now a Los Angeles Laker.
Yeah. Well, this might sound bad, but this was kind of like a murder investigation as far as it's like, okay, we've got to figure this out why this happened because it made no sense.
Yeah.
Like, we just did a couple weeks ago a worst NBA trades of all time episode and everything. And, I mean, time will tell. Like, right now, I'm like, oof. But what I was thinking, I was trying to find a comp for it.
There's not really.
There wasn't.
There's
Like,
not really a comp for this trade.
because then I was thinking, I was like, okay, Kareem got traded in his prime, but I was like, hold the phone.
But he
did-
forced his way out.
Exactly. Like, there's always been something to it. Like, Luka, what I read, did you read it too? That he was fine staying there? And
He just bought a house. Both
pretty good
both
evidence.
of these two main players literally bought houses within like the last 2 or 3 weeks in their respective cities. The one in Los Angeles, of course, is way more expensive because
do you get 30 days to close? Can that? Is that? Can
I
they
think
come back out of
I
that?
think they both closed on it already.
Maybe trade. Have a house
That's
swap
what I
there.
said. Maybe they
Yeah.
trade, but
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Anthony Davis was the other big piece involved going to the Mavericks.
Yep. Max Christie. And okay, so Dallas got Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first round pick.
Yes, yeah.
Is that all? That's all.
That's all they got.
Okay.
Lakers got Luka, Maxi Kleber, and I can't believe that one. I don't know if both of these guys are still in there, the Morris twins, but I
it
can't believe.
Kansas? Is that
yes,
right? Yeah, I remember those
Markieff
guys.
Morris.
It's like I know that name.
So I didn't do a lot of research on them. I think Maxi Kleber's a pretty big guy, along with Markieff, obviously. I think Kleber can hit some threes.
I remember
as
Morris
well.
is a big guy.
Um,
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
Like you
it
said, you
doesn't
didn't do
matter.
much research. You don't need to. When they got Luka, he's 25, guys,
Yeah, it's
in his prime. Anthony Davis is 31 or 2. Is that right?
Yeah,
Like
30,
he's
31.
About to turn 32, I think.
Yeah, about to turn 32.
That right
Anthony,
there.
wait. Roger said he'd be mad. Anthony
sorry.
to Davis is the one there.
I like that.
Because that is how he is. He is Day to Davis. He gets hurt a lot, but I think this year he has been pretty dang good and not missed as many games.
Healthier than Luka so far this year.
Yes.
But, I mean, the
And
track record.
the whole thing with the Luka, we'll get into that. I watched some of the press conference with Nico Harrison, who, by the way, if anybody did not know, that is the same executive from Nike who screwed up the Steph Curry presentation.
Oh, I remember you saying that. Yeah. That resume
he
looks
got
rough, man.
he got his name wrong. He called him Seth, is what it was. He called him Seth
his
instead
brother,
of
isn't it?
Steph.
Yeah.
And then it was the same one that they had used for KD, and that's why Curry's at Under Armour.
That's a
So
little
he
bit of a
doesn't
blooper.
have a good track record. I don't know how he ended up with this Mavericks job, but
Blackmail.
he ain't gonna, I'll be surprised if he's there yet. But man, Jason Kidd looked like he was ready to kill him.
All right, so that's what I'm going to start with here is how does the coach of the team with personnel, not know? For one, like, how do you not think it's going to have ripple effects like down the road whenever you literally traded the star player without he didn't know?
No.
The team didn't know, like the disconnect. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, the disconnect doesn't make any sense. And like, we're talking Luka here. We're not talking like. I'm trying to think who would be it.
Well,
Like, we'll say, even Durant.
He's older.
Well, like Devin Booker, like those you could see, but this is the guy who your whole entire offense is this guy. He has the ball and he's making decisions.
Yeah, I was trying to think of someone that young, like Tatum or somebody getting traded. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, which I know it's not a perfect comp, but I'm talking.
No, that is a pretty good comp because
Okay.
Tatum
NBA
doesn't
point.
necessarily need to have the ball as much
Yeah,
as
he can
Luka
create.
does.
Yeah.
But Luka, he's Mr. Triple-Double. He's over here. He's getting 10, 11 assists, and it's just like your whole offense is gone.
Yeah. Well,
now.
I guess like with the Luka thing, I'm like when you compile the skill set, like you said, the generational talent aspect with the age.
Yeah.
I don't know personally. I don't know the fit, but like this is a guy that that's your team.
Yeah,
That is your Maverick. And the other thing that blew my mind is the Dirk deal. Like they had Dirk for all those years, the European connection.
Yeah, they already had that, but that was, of course, Cuban sold his majority stake in the team.
Yeah, what's he, 27%?
Yeah, I do not think if he was still the owner, this would not happen. He said the same. He said he considers Dirk a son, and he said that he would divorce his wife before he traded Luka, is what Cuban has said. So,
well, he might be divorcing Mavericks.
he might just say, "I'm done with this team forever."
Took a hit, but
they said, "Oh, he's not in condition. Oh, he's been hurt." Well, Luka played something crazy along the lines, and this was Luka's dad saying this, so I don't know if it's for sure the exact number, but I'm thinking it was pretty dang close, where he played like 96% of all available minutes of the Mavericks. From last year to the NBA Finals. He led them to the Finals last year.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been there. Well, that's crazy. This was just last year. He was their team, like against the T-Wolves. Like, he got them there. Like, oh, my gosh, the stats. Was it over? I think I heard that he's second right now to Michael Jordan in points per game in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Career. Like, the guy.
Luka is an animal in the playoffs.
All-NBA the last 3 years, something like that.
Yeah, pretty well since he came to the league. He's all-NBA. Yeah. He's an all-star every year. And not just that, he's a face of a franchise who top 10 jersey sales, top 10 merchandise in general, just everything. I mean, it's just we've never seen a trade like this.
No. Which, like, that's the thing, how this trade happened. Like, that's what blew my mind. Like, what I read was 3 weeks or so, like, the Mavericks sought out the Lakers.
Yes.
It's like superstar
like
for
the Lakers had no intention of trading AD at all.
No, they didn't. Like, it wasn't in the plans. So
but
that's like
whenever
they said even LeBron didn't know.
whenever the Mavericks offered Luka, they said, "Oh, maybe we need to think about this." For sure.
For what?
And they didn't have to think very
We're
long.
not hanging out. No, but I guess that's my thing in like business. I look at these sports teams as business and managing assets in every sport. Okay, you have a top, I'm going to say 5 NBA player.
Oh yeah.
When you figure
most
age,
people say
everything
top 3.
Yeah, all right. So you have this asset. Like, why did they not shop him other areas? Like, I understand they said they wanted Anthony Davis, right?
Yes.
All right, Anthony Davis, and let's see your next 5 freaking picks or something.
Oh, if you put Luka out there, I bet you like
open market.
You could have had Jaren Jackson Jr., who I'm not saying like is comparable, but he's younger than AD, and he's got a decent amount of. They are decently comparable the way they play.
Yeah, that's fair. But is that not bad business ethics?
It was very bad.
You didn't.
It was
shop
terrible.
him.
terrible
Like, how can you
business. If you
not?
decide you're going to trade Luka, you got to shop him. Even if you still are dead set on trading
Yeah.
him to the Lakers, you still
Yeah.
shop him because you can drive the price up from the Lakers.
I'm telling you, this is simple business 101. Like this comes even
It's-
sorry, but the ag world, like trading equipment
Yes,
and stuff.
it's-
You don't just your first dealer. Yep, I'll take that. That's what.
Trust
you
me,
want
as
for
the
one.
guy on the other
You've
side of
been-
that,
yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah,
if that ever worked
yeah,
like
if
that.
you come to me, sure. I just like the business sense made no sense. The not telling no one knowing what was going on when you trade a superstar like that. And I just kept waiting for more news to come out, like something.
But they kept saying Luka's in shape. Well, I watched the press conference. He looks to be in pretty good
I bet
shape
you he's
to
gonna be
me.
in shape now.
Oh,
Like you talked about fuel for the fire. Holy crap!
When Luka comes back, this is gonna be something to
It's gonna be fun to
behold.
watch.
I'm sure.
When do
of
they
it.
play Dallas?
I haven't seen that, but I know
Yeah.
Davis hasn't made his debut yet.
No.
He will Saturday is what they
Okay.
think, but they say Luka's close too.
Yeah.
So-
There's no reason for this, and I tried to play devil's advocate. Like in sports trades, I try to see both sides. I really do, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. First off, like I don't watch the standings day by day, and I was like, well, hell, for Dallas to make this trade, they've got to be like up there. Like they've got to think like the only possible logic is like you think that piece is what puts you over the top. I don't know. I mean I don't. They have a heck
It's
of
hard.
A front
It's hard
court
to
now.
say that they got better.
Well, I the thing is, like,
this.
is there another move coming right after it where it's like, okay, now they brought in this guard, something
They
like that?
They got today. They traded for one of the, gosh, I can't remember, the twins from Nevada. Do you remember them?
Martin.
Martin,
Yeah,
the Martin
yeah.
twins.
Is it
They
Caleb Martin?
Yeah, they traded for him, the better of the
I knew
two
that
on
off
that.
of college.
Yes.
Okay, but that's still not
That's
like
still
a-
no. I mean,
But I guess that's
they're
what I
gonna
was
get the
trying
ball to
think.
Kyrie, and then
Yeah.
they're hoping AD can continue, and they're hoping they might honestly this year they might be a little bit better, but
A little bit, but not like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
they're a title favorite. now.
No.
And to make this trade, I think you have to be.
Yes.
So that was my one point. And the other one was like, where I just don't know. I don't know. I can't figure out where they were trying to go with this. I mean, they're a few pieces away, I think, and it's like, just why?
There's no reason. They even came out now that all Luka's favorite people in the organization they had got rid of. There's theories, and honestly, I normally don't get into them, but some of these
Well, this
for
one's like
this
there's gotta be
trade, it's
something.
like there's got to be something. I've seen that eventually they want to move the Mavericks to Las Vegas because they're
my
trying to
gosh.
get the Texas to legalize sports betting. And that's
Like
kind of what they're trying to do. They're trying to Rams it, is what I said. They're trying to Rams
But
it.
I'm thinking, I'm like, to justify this trade, do you have to win the title? Like, you have to win a title. I think you do.
Yeah.
Like, to justify it.
Yeah.
Because Luka, even if they don't win the next 3 years, they've got their guy going forward.
Yeah,
You
the
don't have that with
Lakers.
Davis.
The Lakers
You don't
have their
that.
guy now. They're face of the franchise when LeBron retires, which is within the next 2 years. I also think it prolongs.
that.
I think it prolongs LeBron's career. I
can
really
see that.
do.
I can see
because
that. But now they have a future after LeBron.
Yeah.
And they didn't really before. Cause
no,
Davis
it was going to
older
be
too.
Davis, but it's not as bright as it is with Luka.
No, and they've always been one of those franchises that, like, they've got an iconic piece.
Yeah,
I
that was
wondering.
another theory that I seen was that the Lakers always end up, getting
Yeah,
these guys
somehow,
like
some
this,
way,
like
somehow.
Kobe and then LeBron,
yeah.
Kareem, Magic, Shaq. They've all kind of magically fallen to them, but
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I guess that's my thing. It's like, unless they win it right now,
It's the most
it.
shocking trade of all time,
Yeah.
honestly, for me. Just the way it all
That's where I'm at.
unfolded and everything. I don't. Let us know what you guys think
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
comments.
We might be in 5 years talking worst trades. This one on it.
Yeah, it might be.
We'll see. Unless they knew something we don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
there is the slight chance, like, okay, conditioning, he does battle injuries. They give him max contract. Doesn't work. There is a
They
slight
also
chance,
lost Luka
but-
a ton of money on this. That's another thing.
Oh, yeah,
he
100
lost
mil?
over $100 million on
Yeah.
this deal,
Yeah.
which I think affects the Mavs in the way they're going to be able to perceive
Yeah,
and
yeah, you see that.
get free agents. So
Why would you trust him if you traded someone like that and you go
yeah,
there?
there's a
You know
lot.
what I'm saying?
Anthony
Like,
Edwards is like, we just seen one of the top 3 NBA players get
Yep.
traded. Now nobody is safe, and maybe it's something that the owners are like trying to take the control of the league back from the players. I don't know. There's so many things like that. I just don't know. But the Dallas Mavericks just I don't even know what to say.
Time will tell, but right now it looks like a big L.
Right
That's
now,
what we're going to leave it at.
it's just the craziest trade and looks terrible, and their whole franchise looks very bad over this.
And he might be selling, would we say Reebok shoes? Is that a fall down or
I
Skechers
think-
maybe?
I
With
think
all due
he'll-
respect, Tony Romo.
I think he'll just be out of a job
I can
completely.
see that. Yeah. So
he better move away from Dallas. That's for sure.
I know. I saw the Dirk statue, like all the stuff they put up there and
Oh, yeah.
everything, and all. I was like, oh boy, that's rough. So
Yes.
bad look. We'll see, but we went pretty in depth on that one.
Yes.
You want to take a break?
Yeah,
and
we'll take a break
back
and
talk
come
some
back.
Football. And we are back. And tell you what, we're gonna switch it up. And I've heard there's a rumor that there's something big coming up. Is
Some
it
kind of
Sunday?
bowl.
Yeah,
Some kind of bowl.
Puppy bowl. Puppy bowl.
The Ultimate Bowl,
Woof, woof.
maybe?
Yeah,
Ultimate Bowl?
the Sugar Bowl.
The Phenomenal Bowl.
Screw it. Here
The
it is.
Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. I'd have a little fun with it because you know what? We know what's going on. We got my homies in it. We got the Zebras with him in it. Come on, guys. Game, set, match. Here we
Fly,
go. So,
Eagles, fly, baby.
You might be surprised where I go with this. But yeah, you know what? I just want to see a great game. And the last time these two teams played 2
It
years
was
ago.
a great game.
It was. Of course, the Chiefs were playing, so there was a controversial call at the end. I actually thought it was technically, by the rule book, it was a hold on Juju. Remember that? Then in that one? I hated it was called.
Yeah.
Because those teams were back and forth, 38-35.
Yeah, I think I remember. Like, I just more hated it was called because
I did
it's
too.
like, dude, this game has been great, and now it's gonna be a conversation.
That's what I want these games decided.
It's,
Obvious winner.
I watched a Bill Burr interview where he was talking about it, and
know
he
what
was
you're
like,
talking about.
he's like, it's not outright cheating, but let's just say they definitely massage the games.
Hey, we gotta watch that subject in NFL.
Well,
That's
yeah,
touchy subject
we
there.
may have said it might turn on a few certain players whenever we say that massage word.
Players and owner. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
there's about
Jonathan
3 people.
Crowd, yeah. And he knows the thing about winning some Super Bowls, so you know. But no, I mean, last time they met, heck of a game. I honestly don't know that this game will go the same as that. Like, I think it's gonna be a close game, but that was a freaking shootout. Like
That
the
was a
second half,
shootout. Yeah,
There was no stops. Like,
both
it was
these
fun.
teams really since then have focused on defense,
They have.
and that's why they're here.
You know, it's crazy.
Honestly.
Defense. Did Dallas say that last second? Defense wins champions.
Hey, that's why Dallas traded for Anthony Davis.
So there you go. But no, we won't go back down that one, guys. We'll see. I think it's going to be a little lower scoring. I think the over-under is 49.5, still
Yeah.
50. So a
Yeah.
little under that. Like, especially the Eagles. Their defense second half of the year. My gosh.
Oh gosh, yeah, they're ridiculous.
They got Fangio there.
they are
you
so
know, and he's
talented.
How to coach them up. The Chiefs all year. Honestly, it's not been Mahomes. It's been the defense. It's carried them, and they've done the defense. Has
That's
done
how
just
you
enough.
win as many games without scoring over 30.
Exactly.
did.
I think they only scored over 30 like twice.
No,
before
they
the
did.
Bills game.
No, they didn't.
The Buccaneers game,
No, they
30 to
did.
24.
Oh.
They won. I was overtime, 30-24. They beat the Bake Show. Remember?
Okay.
30,
No, they
30.
didn't. I don't think they did. Because
We'll look it up.
Rogers had the thing, and he kept
He
sending
did.
it,
He
and
lies.
he said, well,
I'm just kidding.
no, I'm pretty
We'll
sure
look
he
into
was
it. I
right.
think
I'm
it
pretty
was
sure
30.
they didn't win a game.
It might have been in
the
regulation.
in the regular season over 30.
Yeah. But even if they did, I mean, it was just 30. It was not like a 40-point one. So,
Well, that's the thing. I say
It wasn't by
over
much,
30
yeah.
is a thing.
But, you know, and I don't think this game, I'd be surprised if one team puts up over 30. Honestly, the two defenses. Then again, it's Super Bowl. Crazy stuff happens. But I'm hoping for a great game, last possession. We'll see. Hear me out on it. I think, too, if it is a close, like, field goal game, I could see the Chiefs winning. I do not think the Chiefs could blow the Eagles out, though. And
No, and I think the Eagles could blow the Chiefs out.
there is a, as a Chiefs fan, there is a Tampa Bay remembrance Super Bowl. Why did they lose? The line.
The line.
They got dominated both sides of the ball. Now, that being said, I think this Chiefs team is a little better, but I think the Eagles have the edge. Which,
The Chiefs team is better, but the Eagles
interior-wise, I mean,
yeah, the
than they were then.
Eagles. The Eagles still have the better interior.
Yes. I think, honestly,
on both sides of the ball.
I don't want to spoil it, but I think the Eagles have more talent.
Yes.
So
I would
but
agree with that.
Before we go any further, we're going to go position by position.
Yes.
And this is with Woody's red-colored Chiefs vision glasses on.
Yep, and I'm going to
So
give
feel
my
free-
takes
Yeah.
against them,
Yeah.
which I honestly
like it.
I looked at these. Most of these I agree with.
I tried to be fair.
Yeah.
I really did. I went back and forth who I thought would win,
Yeah.
too. But right off the top, Mahomes against Hurts. I know if you look statistically, Mahomes had the worst year of his career.
Yes.
I believe, as a starter.
But he's
You-
still Mahomes,
Yeah, the track record. He's
Mm-hmm.
been there. If he's got the ball at the end of the game, I feel good.
and he plays better in the playoffs. I've
Yeah.
said that they come alive in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be able to do what they did this year, next year, because
Yeah.
I think that division is going to be too stacked for them to deal with.
To sleepwalk, you mean
Like,
through the
yeah,
regular
they're not
season?
gonna be
I
able to
agree.
do that.
I agree. But I'll tell you what, we'll worry about that next year. It's all good.
True.
For this one, like that's what I loved against the Bills. You saw him use his legs. Like I forget honestly how athletic he is, and he's not a small guy.
No, he's not small.
And he's gonna have to move against the Eagles, like we mentioned.
Yes,
their
their
rush.
interior. Jalen Carter is a beast.
He
We'll
is.
get to that.
We'll
later.
get to him, but I'm gonna give the edge here to the Chiefs. With all due respect to Hurts, but this year I thought he himself kind of had a down year, which he was hurt a lot.
He took the back seat though very well to what they were trying to do.
You can when you have our next point.
And he didn't turn the ball over is his thing. Like I said, in our little Discord call that we did last week after the championship games, that he doesn't hurt the team like he used to.
Yeah.
And all he has to do is make a few throws, and he's pretty good. And
he's got some weapons.
He can still run the ball very well.
And he's healthy.
Yes,
I think that hurt him the end of the regular season all year.
He looks so much better than I thought he would in these playoffs, honestly.
Yeah.
He's looked good in the playoffs.
The last game he looked really good. He really did.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rams game, I thought Barkley carried him.
Well, that Rams game was also snow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
People forget that.
I forget that he was coming back from a concussion. Like, he didn't play at the end of the regular season.
No, he didn't.
Takes a while. AJ was reading books, too. That hurts. So,
yeah.
That's kind of funny. But anyway, I think I'm going to give the edge to the Chiefs. There we go.
Yeah.
This next position,
I would agree.
I can't running backs.
Yeah, you
Barkley. I got nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing there. What do you think? I got cooked on this in some of our shorts.
Go there, yeah.
Because I didn't quite say exactly what I wanted to, which happens when we're talking and stuff like this. So I'm going to say it now.
The brain and the words.
The point I was trying to make is if Barkley comes in here and goes off in the Super Bowl, is Super Bowl MVP. Can we put him down as the greatest running back season of all time?
Season.
Yes,
that's what I think you were trying to get to.
That's what I was trying to get to whenever I did that. So sorry, people that were so mad about oh my gosh, LT's so much better. Well, Saquon this year's been just ridiculous. And I mean, he got wasted on some terrible teams.
Yeah, he did.
On the Giants. I mean, LT had Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers.
And actually,
Antonio Gates.
And if you look into it,
I love LT.
I do too,
my
with
heart.
all due respect.
I love LT, always have.
Also, with all due respect, I thought Barkley was better this year from on tape, like what he's done.
Yeah.
Because LT had an amazing year, Hall of Famer, but the tutties are what propped him up that year. Like anytime they were inside the 5, here you go. Well, we've had the this year in Philly.
We got the opposite here in Philly.
How many? I think he's got 7 runs of 60-plus yards.
Yeah, right now.
So explosive.
What do you think on this? Because I know they're going to try to stack the box, and that's what you got to do. But
I mean, Spags is very creative. He might send a guy with a mini shank out there and slow him down. I don't know.
Here's the problem: if Barkley gets that second level, he's probably gone.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean the Chiefs.
And if anybody can do it, it's going to be Barkley.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm very concerned about it as a Chiefs
everyone's
fan.
like, I've seen it's like, oh well, the Chiefs haven't done this against people. Well, they played Derrick Henry. They played Derrick Henry in the Titans offense when he was the offense. That's all they had.
Yeah.
He had Ryan freaking Tannehill as a quarterback.
Well, everybody's saying too, stop Barkley.
And rookie AJ Brown.
Yeah, it doesn't really compare. And everyone's saying, it's as simple as you stop Barkley. And yes, Spags is going to try to, but that sounds so simple. It's not easy to do it. No one's done it.
No.
Don't you think these other teams have been like, yeah, let's do it. I will say the Chiefs and Commanders, it's like defensive-wise,
they're
it's
not
like a major league team against a double-A possibly. And Spags is great, but I don't think they're going to stop him. They're not.
No.
If they slow him down, like honestly, if they can keep him somewhat to a game like McCaffrey had last year in the Super Bowl, they slowed him down. Like he had a big receiving touchdown, but other than that, he didn't dominate the game. If you can keep him from dominating the game, easier said than done.
That is easier said than done, and they still have the best offensive line in football.
Well, see, that's my next point. Like this O-line this year, we talked about a couple shows ago where he is getting touched like 2 yards past the line on average. For the NFL average is like 1.
Yeah.
That says it all.
And it hits that second level, and nobody can deal with it right now. And he looks so fast. I swear he's the fastest human alive. The way he looks right now.
If you'd have put him on this team out of the draft, best running back ever, it'd been in the conversation. Could have been.
Boy, if you put him on this team, I don't know if we have this Chiefs two-peat.
I know. Oh, I agree. No, I agree 100%. I do. Thank you, New York. I think for Philly fans.
Yeah.
So I think pretty obvious. Back to the point. Eagles have the slam dunk huge edge. I am curious with the Chiefs side. Pacheco's got another 2 weeks to
I don't know
heal.
what's going on with him.
He's not right. It's simple. Like, I've watched him. He's a little more indecisive than normally. He's not a running back with great vision. He's like an angry little chihuahua. Give me the ball. Boom, boom, boom. He's been a little slow that first step. I forget sometimes he broke his ankle. The higher bone, leg bone. I'm not a doctor, but that's hard to come back from.
Yep.
So, and...
Fibula.
Yeah,
Fibula.
good job. Man, my daughter would have known that. She'd be proud of you. That's good. But, he's not been the same, but a little more rest. I wonder if they'll use him a little more.
I will say Hunt has looked way better than
Yeah.
I ever expected he would in these playoffs.
He's got more gas in the tank than I thought.
It took him a while, I guess, to get going because
Yeah.
he looked real bad at the beginning when they signed him. And then
Well, I think he came in a few pounds over.
Yeah, I guess
You
he's
know.
got in shape or something, but he's looked pretty good.
I actually thought he'd wear down, older back.
Yeah,
no,
but he did the opposite.
Then again, you're playing in the playoffs. That brings the best out of you. So,
True.
But this one, slam dunk Eagles.
Yeah.
This next one, the receiving core.
My favorite thing.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I am gonna go Eagles. I am because they've got the big dog, Devontae Smith. I don't mean to take away from he's a very good player in his own right. They've got the two better receivers. I actually think depth-wise, the Chiefs have the edge. Worthy's been used. I love the way they use Worthy. You never know how he's going to get the ball. Mm-hmm. He's been a weapon second half of the season. Like you called it for fantasy. He started very slow.
Oh, yeah. I knew he wasn't really even good. He's only showed up in the playoffs for me. It hasn't even been
before the Denver game, then the regular season, 2 decent games. But you're right. But that's what they do. And that's why they did that. They eased him in as a rookie, and they knew.
Yeah, I will say they did not expect him to have to carry the load like he did at the beginning with Brown getting hurt and stuff like that. But I still think that's about the most you're ever going to get out of him.
Yeah, I think that the Chiefs, though, the way they use him, I like it, and I think he's a weapon for this practice. Like for this, Hollywood Brown, I thought for missing the whole year up until now, looks solid. He's not. You're right. He's not what he used to be.
No.
Fair, but he's a weapon. Hopkins has done nothing, but I'll tell you what. Just my gut tells me like he's finally on the big stage. Yeah. Tough corners, but he might make a catch or two. Juju, look at the last game what he did.
Juju gets forgot about.
Yeah, he does.
I would say I think Dotson is a
He's
in a
solid.
good spot for him being a third. And you want to sit there and he had a good rookie year.
He did.
And he was on the Commanders. Didn't have a quarterback.
I didn't understand. When they used a first-round pick on him, you're correct. He didn't have a quarterback, and then he got traded for what, like a 5th or 6th?
Yeah, like they just kind of gave. They gave up on that, which Commanders worked out fine.
It did.
I don't think De'Ami Brown's the answer for WR2 there at all either.
I don't know. I was impressed. I
don't think he's there.
We'll see. But they've got something there. But no, for this one, I guess my thing is the AJ Brown star power. I can't go against Eagles.
When you have, Devontae was hurt and didn't have what he normally does, but you've had 2,000-yard receivers pretty well every year they've been together.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to deal with that duo. One of the top duos of wide receivers in the league. I would put him top 3.
I could see Smith having a pretty big game if McDuffie shadows AJ. I think McDuffie, I'm not saying he's going to shut him down, but he can slow him down.
The thing with AJ, too, I wish the Eagles would do it a little more. They need to use him a little more like Debo.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't get that man down.
No, he's a monster.
He's always a yards after catch machine.
He's a guy you've got involved because we've seen what can happen when he, isn't getting the ball. A little bit of diva there. I love the talent, but the headspace sometimes is a little cloudy there. So
wide receivers.
Exactly, that goes to the territory. So I'll tell you what. Why don't we take a quick break here and we'll come back and talk the rest of the offense, a little bit of defense too.
Welcome back.
Keep this football train rolling. So not gonna lie, we talk a lot on the skill positions because for me it's the inner fantasy nerd in me that it's like, I know this guy. Probably defense not as in depth, but
no, but these two teams we kind of know pretty well.
Yeah, we do
because of how good they've been.
Well, they've got a lot of house names
and on offense, offensive line too. I know a lot more Eagles offensive linemen than I do any other team, to be honest about it.
Well, and they've got 4 Pro Bowlers. That helps.
Yes,
they're amazing, and no more Jason Kelsey. Love that guy.
Yeah, but he. Yeah, same here. Not even close for me.
That's a good segue. We're getting good at this because our next spot's tight ends.
Yes.
So the man, the myth, the legend. Too much of a sell.
I hate him.
Travis Kelce. I know.
Let's see if they actually call a taunting penalty against him like he should every time.
How do you not call and then he got fined? I think it was $11,000.
That doesn't help the ref situation.
It doesn't. Which that's the thing.
That's not even the one that thought was
on the touchdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was that one.
Okay,
there was one where he just shoved the cornerback after somebody shoved him down. Nothing. That one I was like stomping around my house. I'm like, what are we doing? He just shoved this man for no reason.
That's not just Mahomes paying their ass. We got Tay up
Look,
there, man.
I get competitiveness, but there's a line and he crosses it.
He shoved Reed in the Super Bowl last year. And that one I was like, dude, That's a respectful man.
Yeah.
I wish Reed would popped him. I really do. But that aside, he still can turn it on when he needs to. He's not what he used to be. Him and another one I want to point out is Noah Gray.
I get confused on who their other white tight end is, or the white.
And they drafted one out of TCU.
What's that?
Watson?
Watson, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a receiver or a tight end?
He's a receiver. Yeah,
okay.
No, one's 83.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. One's 83, one's 84.
Yes.
And they're both, he's a decent-sized receiver. But Gray, if Kelsey does retire, I'm very intrigued to see what he does next year. He's very talented in his own right. He might be used some here. Like, we've seen that. When teams take Kelsey away, they run a 2 tight end set a fair amount. And I think the matchup for Kelsey, though, like the Eagles run a lot of zone. Now, the Bills do too, and they kind of had they ran a man zone concept where they had like a spy essentially on him.
Yes.
Maybe the Eagles will do that. I don't know.
I could see
But
him
against
doing
zones, he's so good at finding the spots in it. And I could just see him showing up, having a game.
Honestly, that I feel like is their best bet because of the cornerbacks of the Eagles and how good they are. Like, like they're going to have to get Kelsey the ball.
And with the exception of Bond, linebacker-wise, I think they might struggle to keep up. And he's so good at finding soft spots in zone, getting creative. Mahomes and him know where each other's at. Like, I don't know. You know that thing. On the other side, Goddard is no
Goddard's
slouch.
very good, and he's been very good this playoff.
Coolest touchdown of the playoffs with the stiff arm. I'm just like, get off me.
He said it's the third one. He's like, I didn't even need to do the third one. That was just for me. I'm like, well, this is the playoffs. What are you doing?
I just picked him up, put him down. He's a beast when healthy.
He is. Yeah, he's not Kelsey, but he is a very good wide receiver.
Yeah,
or tight end. Receiving tight end.
He is.
And
he is.
As I've said for some other tight ends, he's a startable fantasy option.
Yeah,
that's a good way to describe
saying something
the
for
tight ends.
It really is.
And I would put Goddard on the more top end of that startable fantasy option too.
Yeah,
you're probably starting him no matter what.
Yep, absolutely. I agree. But like I said, for this, I gotta go. Kelsey's been here. It's a big
I'll give him that edge too, but it's close. It's slight.
Yeah, I
sure.
agree. And here's another one. We go to the O-line. Like, both teams are pretty good there. The difference to me is the tackle positions. Like, the interior of the Chiefs, Creed Humphrey, the center, Pro Bowler, he's great. Joe Thuney has been amazing. He actually moved out to tackle some with the injuries they had. He's been great wherever he's played, and Trey Smith is a monster. I think the other guard spot.
Who is Tooney's replacement? It's in the guard spot, right?
Yeah, it's that kid they drafted this year. It's a nightmare name. I'm not even gonna.
And he gonna have a nightmare matchup.
Yeah, and Taylor, Juwan Taylor scares me. I mean, he could be flagged every play.
He should be.
I'm not gonna argue that. I agree. He's just not quick with the feet and everything. He's not a tackle. He's a guard, I think, playing a tackle spot. The interior of their O-line's great. The tackles worry me, especially against the Eagles' edge rushers. On the Eagles' side, if healthy, I can't pinpoint really any weakness.
There is no weakness. It's the best line in football.
I agree. I think
Jordan
it's better than
Mailata's out there doing Bane impressions.
Oh my!
Whenever
God. Yeah.
Did you see that? Whenever he's taking people out, and then he's freaking using AJ Brown to pancake people. He's a beast.
He can do what he wants the way he plays.
Yes,
he's amazing at the and he's their left tackle, I believe.
Yes.
Other tackle, is it Johnson's out there?
Lane Johnson
is amazing.
Is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're right. He's I think 34. He's getting up there,
he's a Hall of Famer.
He can still play. Like he was one of the best tackles still this year. Juergens has been amazing, sliding to center, replacing Kelsey.
Yep.
And I think he's
healthy. Fine. I think he's good to go. He was borderline in the championship game, and then they had Dickerson.
Dickerson slid over
there.
Yeah.
Then Dickerson got hurt. That's the one I would be a little worried about. Juergens came in and finished that game. I think he's probably going to be fine.
I think they're all going to go from what I saw. Yes. Yeah, you mentioned Dickerson's banged up too. I'm
more worried about Dickerson than Juergens because Juergens came in, finished that game, and was fine.
But like I said, for me, I haven't seen that anyone's going to miss. Like assuming health. Oh, good Lord! I mean, look at how many times Barkley doesn't get touched. Like,
it's the Eagles, and that's why that's one of the reasons they're here.
I agree,
and that's one of these reasons. I mean, Barkley's great, but he's not. I mean, you put the best line with one of the most talented running backs, and that's the season you get.
Seems as it's worked pretty good. Yeah, that's a good strategy, guys. So
solid strategy, Cotton, unlike the bold strategy.
I like that way better. Actually, block for this guy, so to get him smashed.
Yes.
So I really hope that could be what swings this pendulum in the Eagles' favor. Is the line play. Is on the D line. I actually thought they match up pretty even. I gave the slight edge to the Eagles. I
I would too.
I think Carter matches Jones.
Carter, yeah. Since
Jones is amazing. But
Donald retired, Jones is the best interior D lineman, but Carter is coming there, and within like the next
2
year,
years, a year,
he's gonna pass him.
Oh, the talent is there.
The talent is ridiculous. He, everyone when he's coming out always worry about this conditioning. He plays every snap. Every snap.
Yeah, he got it figured out. He ended up in a great spot for him out of the draft.
Jordan Davis, also the other interior guy, is the fastest player over 300 pounds in the NFL.
Yeah. No, you're right. And their edge.
Hey, and drafting Georgia Bulldogs from those national title teams, pretty good job there.
So you're saying if they win in college, they might win in the pros too? Another bold strategy, man.
Nolan Smith, everyone thought he was a bust because he jumped into that first round last year because he ran that 4.40.
He's fast.
He was very fast and hopped into that, and then the Eagles took him.
Yep.
Everyone's like, oh, he's a bust. Well, this year he's not a bust. He's been very good for him.
Well, I think Fangio's system, like they have switched. They run the 3-4, I believe, and they rotate these guys off the edge, and that's why I swung it there. Like interior wise. With Chris Jones, Karlaftis has been amazing.
Yeah, Karlaftis has.
Coming off the end, Mike Dana, Tershawn Wharton. Like, the Chiefs are solid interior-wise, but I think the Eagles will get more pressure.
Yeah, because you didn't even put Davis in here.
No, I didn't. No,
you forgot
I was going
him.
through all the names, and the edge really – Josh Sweat.
Josh Sweat. Brandon Graham has been hurt, and he's able to play now. He just came back. And that's pretty big.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, Bryce Huff, too, was signed and hadn't done much.
I think Graham has been hurt since week 12.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's been for the playoffs, yeah. But I guess as we say all these names, it's like, holy crap, the depth that the Eagles have. Rotating them out, And I'm going to give them the edge. And here's where my, comparisons, I struggle with it because I'm like, okay, with the Chiefs run a 4-3 defense, Chiefs the 3-4. I'm like, just the front seven all together.
It's a little bit, I probably would.
I gave the Chiefs a slight, if you just look at linebacker edge. Bolton's amazing. I've loved him out. It's cool he's out of Mizzou down the road to KC. Chanel's played great. Tranquil came from San Diego. Well, it's LA now. I say San Diego. He was great, a gamer there. They have been there before. I know the Eagles have the star power and Baum and the story.
Baum, I was going to bring up the story. I figured you knew that, but was on the Saints and was a D end for a long time. Comes to Philadelphia.
He was a special teamer.
Yeah, comes to Philadelphia. They put him in linebacker, and now he's arguably the best defensive player in football.
Yep, he was in the finals for Defensive Player of the Year, and I don't think it's been announced yet, but he's right up there. I think actually when he came to Philly, they had him as a special teamer at first too, and it's literally just see what the opportunity.
It's awesome. It is
when
awesome.
We do a future episode underdog stories. There you go. So, but that being said, I mean, the
Trotter, Trotter's getting older now, right?
Yes,
that's kind of his thing. He's been around for a long time. Just still probably pretty good.
His dad was a heck of a linebacker for Philly. Gosh dang, was that in the early 2000s? I think it was. Yeah, he was amazing.
And maybe that's why the name it rings a bell for me too.
Me too. Yeah, me too. That's what I'd look into. It's like, okay, he's not as good as I thought, but he's been around. Burke. So Ryan Burke's the other guy that I had them starting outside linebacker position. So he'd be more interior. But like I said, if you throw the whole front seven together, I'm going to go Eagles with the edge.
I would go
If you split
Eagles.
it up, I thought the Chiefs a little better linebackers.
And Nolan Smith, you put him as an edge, but he's also kind of a linebacker as well.
He's hybrid.
He's a little hybrid role.
Say. Yeah, because that's like with the 3-4 a lot of times.
And he's very fast and I think he's decent in coverage too. I think just overall talent. It's
close,
a little bit Eagles, but it's very close.
And as we say these names, it's like, okay, you think about it, even casual NFL fan, it's like, that's why these guys are here.
Yes.
Like the names of it. And Fangio has done such a good job turning them around. I mean, you got Fangio against Spags. They know what they're doing, guys. And I'll tell you, we'll move to the secondary. And this is another one that I was like, oh, man, this is pretty close.
This is very close.
This is pretty close. So here's my logic here, and as a Chiefs fan, I'm going to go with the slight edge to the Eagles. I actually think right now Trent McDuffie is the best player for both teams in the secondary. Seems like he was initially a slot guy. Well, this year he moved outside. He's injured to Watson.
Yeah, they lose.
Watson was the guy who was out for a long time.
Who's the guy they lost last year? Went to the Titans.
Snead.
Snead.
Well,
L'Jarius Snead.
Amazing. Yeah,
he kind of filled into that role.
You're right. Yeah. He's shown he can run with anybody. Heck of a test here against Brown. But he is amazing. But after that, I really think it's more of the depth on the Philly side.
Eagles, yep.
I mean, you got the other corner. Jalen Watson is supposed to be cleared for the Chiefs play. He's solid, nothing special. Justin Reed, pretty good safety. Brian Cook's the other one. Solid, but nothing special.
That's not the guy who used to play for Illinois for basketball.
That would've thrown
Back
me
in
off. Yeah.
2003.
Wow. Yeah, I had forgot about that.
Yeah.
Some of these you remember. Whoa, yeah, that's crossover. Yeah. But I guess on the Eagles side.
Well, first off, before we do the Eagles, we have the exciting whites. That is Cooper DeJean and Reed Blankenship.
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Everyone's favorite exciting whites.
Exciting whites. And he can ball. Dude, I watched some of his
All
highlights.
his basketball highlights.
Oh my gosh, he can
yeah.
fly. He can fly.
It's cool. He's from a town of like 900 people, and he's just a hyper athlete.
Dude,
I mean, just a super athlete.
He's got that quick twitch, you know.
Yeah.
He's a
and
punt
then
returner.
some.
He's an
He
athlete.
is their punt returner.
Yeah, he's a heck of a punt returner too. He might be the most improved player through the NFL this year.
Yes.
Fair to say?
Yep, I would agree with that.
He's shut down.
He is shut. Quintanamo Bay.
I like the
Quintanamo Bay.
Guantanamo
Yeah.
Bay. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
It's very catchy. And he is. He's even gotten the playoffs. I think his first 2 career picks came in the playoffs. Didn't have in the regular season because people quit throwing the ball that way.
I mean, it's crazy
Another bold
that
strategy.
the Eagles had a clear-cut weakness on defense,
Yeah.
and they were able to draft the two top cornerbacks in the draft.
Yeah, Gene fell.
Cooper fell because he was hurt, but everyone had him first in like the high first round. There was talk of him being the first corner.
Yeah, I was thinking he was top 20 for sure.
Yeah,
and he
and
was
he
up
fell.
there till
And you let the Eagles get him, and they don't make mistakes.
That's what makes Howie great.
Howie
Their GM.
does not make mistakes when you give him that.
No, he's like, problem solved.
Yeah.
I'll tell you for GM, I guess you'd say executive of the year. Like, there you go.
Yeah.
They had a problem last year.
He fixed it. He fixed everything.
Yeah, yep. I can't believe I was like, Slay's still around. Darius Slay
Darius
Jr.
Slay.
Very opportunistic.
Yes.
Is that fair to say? I mean, he's solid. He can make a big play. You mentioned Blankenship. They're solid.
CJ, GJ, still an idiot, but he's still there.
He,
He still can make plays.
It's like, just don't screw us. That's all you got to do. Just play
Yes.
your game. I mean, they're more solid all the way around. More talented, I
Yes,
guess the word
yes.
I'm looking for. So I think so far I've been pretty fair. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break, come back, finish this little recap on it, and maybe say who we think's going to win.
Yes.
So, they're back. And we are back, but hold the phone. Before that,
Yes,
we have a word.
this is Wednesday night. We don't know if our other compadre is going to edit this and get it out Wednesday night. I think he's planning on.
we're rooting for you, buddy. You got this.
So we're saying that to be look also for a betting Super Bowl preview show on our YouTube channel. Not sure what night we're going to do that or in the morning. It's either going to be Friday night, Saturday morning, or Sunday morning. Trying to make it to where you can get on with us.
I'll try. You could say betting or investing.
Yeah, the investment show.
Yeah, with advice not to be taken literally.
Yes,
so,
obviously,
it's not professional.
we all like the
Full disclaimer.
prop bets that you can get in the Super Bowl and stuff
It's
like
fun.
that. And it's also Waste Management Open weekend, so there's some fun bets there too.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, be
So
looking for that. It'll
Look
be coming
out for that
sometime.
on the YouTube.
Yeah. So we're back to the most important position of all: special teams.
Yes.
Who doesn't love special teams? It's great.
They're
I
special.
think I was thinking Blue Mountain State too much. But yeah, okay, so I have got to go Chiefs here because of Butker. He's been there, he's done it. He's like, what is he, 9 for 10 or 10 for 11 Super Bowl field goals? I think Elliott's shaky from time to time.
Hey, Elliott's been shaky.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I'm going to go with him. Butker's been there, done it. He's healthy now. The return game, I don't know what to think. Not because we don't really know who's going to be back there because it's the Super Bowl.
It's all
You know,
different and stuff like that. I would probably give the return to the Eagles.
The Eagles, with the Gene.
Yeah, with the Gene and Gainwell. I think he's better than Perrine.
He's a decent back, too.
Yeah, even though the Chiefs have had good returns so far in this playoffs.
That guy's name was
Remigio?
Remigio. Yeah, Remigio. I was getting a time. Remigio. But I don't know him. He was number 81 the last game. And that's the thing. You never know. You know, Kadarius Toney, the one good thing he did in Kansas City. Punt return in the Super Bowl. I can't stand him. But you know what I'm saying? Someone like that could step up.
Yeah.
So I'm on kickers. I'll take Butker all day. So now we go to the coaching aspect. And it is one of my favorite individuals in this world, Big Red. I love him. there's an argument for the Eagles staff getting better. I will not go against my love affair with Andy Reid.
Yeah,
He's a cool guy.
I don't
And Spags,
I don't
sorry.
disagree with you there. But I will say all the stuff with the Eagles and Sirianni. I mean, shut up.
They've narrowed the gap. I'll say that with their coaching staff.
Yes,
they've got.
he's gotten
And
a lot better
Are
this
you
year.
saying I pick on him too much?
Just
bit.
everybody in general
He's
seem to pick
put
on him.
himself out there before by moronic things a head coach wouldn't do. I think it's fair criticism,
But at the same time, he's never missed the playoffs.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And this
Yeah.
is his second Super Bowl in 4 years.
He's done a better job not getting in his own way this year.
Yes,
He
I think he
has.
has. He's kind of calmed down a little bit, and
Yeah. That happens with experience and losses.
Yes.
It does. You know,
Fangio's been great since he's come
my
on.
gosh, yeah.
I did see his record versus Reed is not great, but I also
not
don't,
many are.
Yeah,
but,
not
you know.
many are, and I don't know if he's ever had this much talent.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he's been around a long time. He's
Because
always got a
he
wrinkle
was
up
at
his sleeve.
he was at Miami
Yeah,
the last few
yeah,
years.
yeah.
Ugh.
Well,
You
for him
know,
to be in
they-
the league as long as he is and not a Jeff
Yeah.
Fisher situation, he knows what he's doing. Worked great with the young talent. Kellen Moore, solid offensive coordinator. I like him a little better than
Kellen
Nagy.
Moore's gonna be the Saints head coach.
I would not
I
surprise me
put
at all.
money on that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why we
thought he
haven't
might
got.
be going
That's
to
why we
Dallas,
haven't gotten
honestly.
an announcement yet of the Saints hiring anybody
That
because they're
makes all the
waiting
sense
until
in the
after the
world.
Super Bowl.
It does. But I think honestly, the greatest assistant of them all that was Rudolphy there. Sorry guys, Spags. The way he game plans, honestly, even if they lose the Super Bowl and they give up 40, I think he's still a Hall of Fame D coordinator. Like just the schemes he brings up, the timing of blitzes, guys. Like it's amazing what he does with the talent he's got too. Like he just knows how to get guys in a position to succeed. Wasn't a great head coach, but as a D coordinator, like I love the guy. I trust him too. So I'm gonna give the edge to the Chiefs, but you made a good point. The Eagles have gotten better.
Yes.
And honestly, we go through this. I think it's clear the edge, talent-wise, on the field. I think you go with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Is that fair? That's fair.
Yeah.
I think though you look at track record, pedigree, like just the way they somehow annoyingly and maybe with slight assistance from time to time get it done. The Chiefs have that win factor. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to quantify it or see it. And that being said, I originally I was leaning Chiefs slightly. More homework I did on it, I'm like, dang, there's a lot of talent.
That's the reason I brought up when we did our championship review that to you. I'm like, this is the worst case scenario for the Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
This is the team that is
shaking.
kind of made to beat them. I feel like they have all the talent. They've got all the talent in all the places they need it.
Yeah.
And I mean, once again, you can try to stop Barkley, but
Good luck.
stopping them is one thing.
It does not work the
It's
first
not as
20-some
easy
weeks.
as we say of just stacking the box.
Yeah.
It's not that
it's
easy.
It's not.
And I think Hurts has done enough to show that he can still make those throws.
This last week honestly changed my
Yeah.
opinion. The way he looked in the championship game, it's like, all right.
He was dropping them in buckets there.
Yeah. Yep. I think official prediction, and I am wrong 2/3 of the time, so I don't take that. I think my prop bets do way better than my actual bets.
Yes,
but
they do.
I thank God. I'm still. They've been there, done
We're
it.
just talking
Somehow they
money
do it.
line here
Money line.
anyways.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's a 1.5 spread.
Yeah.
So it's basically a coin flip. I am gonna lean my Chiefs. I am not putting a single dollar on that though.
Yeah,
That's where my confidence is.
I lean the Eagles. And it's kind of funny when you're talking on the betting stuff. And last time these two teams faced in the Super Bowl, the Eagles were the one favored, and I didn't understand it last time.
You're
I
right,
thought the
yeah.
Chiefs were a better team. Now we switch this year. I don't understand why the Chiefs are favored. I think the Eagles are a better team.
Yeah. I think it's just
and I
'cause
know
of
it's
story,
the Chiefs.
You know?
Oh, they're undefeated when the spread is less than 3. You can
I
say
don't
that all you
care.
want. I don't care. This Eagles team, I said it all year long after their bye week that they were the best team in the league.
Yeah.
I seen it. I seen a change happen in that team, and I'm still sticking with that.
Yeah.
I think if Detroit doesn't get hurt, they have a
Fair.
legit conversation. But
Yeah.
you can't have that. So
I can't argue with
it's
that.
Eagles here.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Eagles could blow out the Chiefs. I don't
Yeah.
see any way the Chiefs blow out the Eagles.
They don't even blow out like I don't know the Saints. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think that
No, I don't think a blowout will happen.
No,
but I'm just
I don't
saying,
either, and that's
as
why
far
I'm
as
leaning the
as far
Chiefs,
as
like-
talent, I'm just saying like there's
Yeah.
a gap.
I think they'll stay around. I don't feel confident about it because I do agree. I think the Eagles are the better team. But hey, guys, a lot of times in sports, the better team
Yep.
doesn't win. I mean, you see that a lot. So
It's happened a lot, but then it's also happened where
now,
they do.
If the first 2 drives they put Mahomes on his butt 3 times, I'm like, oh boy, Tampa all over. So I can see it. I could, but I'm gonna slightly lean Chiefs. So.
Yeah.
Without further
It's close.
ado,
It's honestly the best.
Yeah.
One of the best matchups we could have. Even
It
though I hate
is.
seeing the Chiefs here.
I know,
but it is a great matchup.
Yep, it is. And hey, let's see a great game. No refs, none of that crap. Best team wins.
Yes.
So we're gonna
Saquon go off.
Yeah, there you go.
Honestly, at this point, I just want him to because he deserves it.
I do too. He needs some hardware. He really does.
I've read and seen that he's like one of the nicest humans on earth.
Yeah, I agree with that. I have no qualms against him. And I said we'll see. We're going to do something cool here to wrap this show up.
Yes.
I forgot the Hall of Fame thing in the NFL is going to go ahead and let some people in it.
Yes.
Maybe.
It gets announced Saturday before the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Speaking of that, Saturday night, I am going to be going there. Shout out the Sisney Middle School Blazing Bullets for winning their regional.
Way to wrap it. Yeah,
and then they will be playing in the state tournament on Saturday. That's where I'm going to be Saturday night. So
good luck, guys.
I got 2 cousins on that team, 2 first cousins, and a third, fourth cousin, something like that.
Family.
So I got family on the team.
Yeah. Good luck, guys. We love it.
Yes.
So, yeah, we'll do this real quick, and we will probably recap who actually gets in because I'm going to tell you what, a lot of this for me was the fringe of a really good player, but I'm like, Hall of Famer?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the best way to do this, I thought, was the name test.
Yes.
The first one on there, Eli Manning. And I was like, dang, he won 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, probably, and he's a Manning, probably Hall of Famer. And I got thinking, I'm like, he was like a 500 quarterback.
He gets in.
He
gets in
so.
because of the Super Bowls.
I think
and
because
I'm not,
of that helmet catch.
No, I'm not.
They don't win that without it.
No, but I'm just saying. I think Eli could get in, and he could be terrible, but he beat Tom Brady twice.
Yep.
He gets in.
They took down the best possible team
They took down the best team ever.
Yeah. I do agree he gets in. We'll talk about it in the recap. I don't know that he totally deserves it. If you look at the whole body,
I don't disagree, but I don't disagree, but I want him in because
Yeah.
of those 2 Super Bowls.
That's fair. I did love that. I really did. The only time I've rooted for Eli. I was a Peyton fan, so yeah. I agree with that. Antonio Gates is one.
Surefire.
Yes, absolutely.
Not even a question.
He put him and Tony Gonzalez put
Yes.
tight ends on the map. Love
Yes.
Antonio Gates.
And dude didn't even play. I don't know if he actually played football in college. He was a basketball player.
He's a basketball player. K-State, is that right?
Kennesaw State.
Kennesaw. Oh, well, the other K-State. There you go. Minor one. So, yeah, I agree. Luke Kuechly, I think 100%.
Yep.
In injuries,
Yep.
shortened his career. I think he played 8 years, but he was an All-Pro like 5 years.
Yes.
Pro Bowler like all the years. So, I loved him, I think, for sure. Vinatieri, I think so. There's like one or 2 kickers, but
you can't not put
gotta be.
Vinatieri in. He's the all-time points leader.
Yeah, I started saying longevity.
He's the longevity
Legend.
and all the clutch moments, dude.
Absolutely.
All of them. You
Tom
want to talk
owes him.
about a clutch moment? It's Vinatieri if it's a kicker.
Yep. Absolutely. The other names I want to highlight, Torrey Holt. I would love to see
want him in.
Torrey Big Game Holt, guys.
Yeah.
Vote for him. I don't know about it. Vote early, vote often. Which that's the other thing. They've got to get 80% to get in. Don't see it. Steve Smith Jr., receiver. Don't see it. Great player.
I think he's close.
I don't know that he had enough longevity. I don't know. Terrell Suggs, he was another one that I think he should be in.
I think he
was
should
dominant.
be, yeah.
He gets kind of overshadowed by E.D. Reed, Ray Lewis, some of them other guys.
Yes. But he was kind
great.
of the one to kind of take off after Ray.
Yeah, I agree.
Further.
I agree. The other names, we'll just hit a few here. I love Jared Allen. The personality was great.
Yes.
I don't know that he gets in, though. Like, he had a few
I'm not
dominant
sure.
years. Longevity? kinda
Yeah,
got
he
him.
did get. Yeah.
He was great for a while. Fred Taylor was a pretty good running back in Jacksonville. I don't know the numbers stack up.
Yeah.
Reggie Wayne, that's one that I think eventually
I think he will, yeah.
I don't know if it'll be this class, but I love Reggie Wayne. Darren Woodson, don't know.
He's close too, I think.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, it's like Hall of really, really good.
Yes.
But I don't know about fame.
I see 4, 5, 6 guys I think should get in.
Yeah.
There.
They said traditionally that there's not a set number. They usually take 4 to 8. So I guess for me, I'd have to look at class by class, but I didn't think this was an overly loaded class, really. I was like, a lot of fringe. So, was there any more names you want to touch on there?
Nope. Nope, that's it. So I think
we'll recap
we'll end up here.
Yep.
Everybody, be safe. Have fun
right.
watching the Super Bowl.
There you go.
If you see
it, there you go.
yes, be safe.
Smart.
As I said,
Drive alive.
we'll be back next week talking about whatever happens, and we'll
And the
see.
Puppy
We'll
Bowl.
see, and the Puppy Bowl, and watch our YouTube. Sub to the YouTube,
right.
the TikTok, all the stuff that we're on. You can find it on our YouTube page and our TikTok page. So
So stay classy, Southern Illinois, and go